Hello Lapo, welcome to Educate. This is November 2022, question 6 from KZN. So now study the circuit diagram below. The three resistors are identical. So the resistors are identical. It means that they've got equal resistances and each has a resistance of 6 ohms. So each and every one has got 6 ohms. Voltmeter V1 has a reading of 12 volts. So this is your circuit. So remember, before you start doing anything, you highlight. Guys, you highlight the parallel part of the circuit, you highlight the series part of the circuit. This is the series part of the circuit because here the circuit hasn't splitted. The circuit is just one line. Okay, the conductor is just one line. But when you get here, you can see that it's splitting. It's having two options to go there. So that's definitely not a parallel. That's definitely not a series. So all of this part is a series part of a circuit. Highlight it. It's a series part of a circuit. And then here we go. And then now here, look at this. Switch S is initially open. So now, can I ask, are we having parallel things here? This 6 ohms that we have here, is it parallel to 6 ohms? When switch S is open, they are not parallel. When switch S is open, this other 6 ohms that has got an open switch, it's like it's not there, it's not really making any impact because basically there's no current flowing through it. Remember, current cannot flow when the circuit is open. Like here, when the switch is open here at this point, there's no current that will flow. So the current that is coming from the positive terminal that is moving and it is flowing through the 6 ohms resistor. Here, when it gets to this position, it will not be splitted. It will not be splitted. Some of the current will go down there, some of it will go up there. Why is that? It's because this switch S is open. This switch S is initially open. So basically the current won't split in any way because this 6 ohms resistor, since the switch is open, current cannot pass when the switch is open because it is always striving to go back to this negative terminal. How can it go back to this negative terminal? Guys, that's just cannot happen. So basically all the current will go to the 6 ohms. So we're actually ignoring this one because the switch is open. So all the current that is coming from the battery is going through the 6 ohms, and then it continues and it goes back to the negative terminal. One thing I should tell you about this is actually a series circuit. For now, it's still a series circuit because the current is basically being what? The current is basically, all of the current is not being splitted. So the current basically goes to the 6 ohms resistor. All of it goes to the 6 ohms resistor and then it goes back to the negative terminal. So pretend that we just have a series circuit because this one doesn't exist. Pretend that how we born lento. Pretend that it's not there, guys. Pretend that it's not there. This is not there. This is definitely not there. Trying my best to wrap it, but this is definitely not there. Why is that? Because the switch S is open. Now we can answer the question after this analysis. So now here, calculate the reading on the emitter. What is the reading on the emitter? This emitter here, it is measuring the total current, guys. This emitter is measuring the total current. That's the current that is coming from the battery exactly as it is because it hasn't been splitted in any way. I sure we say that this one is closed, so the current did not split. It's just the total current. So this question is trying to say calculate the total current because emitter, it measures current in amperes. Okay, so here, how can we find the total current? We definitely know that we have a law that is so friendly to us. V is equals to IR. Never forget this law. V is equals to IR is the friendliest law. So Tina, we are looking for the total current. So I'll just put total on each one of them. So here we're looking for the total current. We need to at least know the total voltage and the total resistance for us to be able to use this law. It's just that I said total. Otherwise, it's still V is equals to IR. But here we're looking things at a broader perspective, not at a total perspective. So here, V total is equals to I total times R total. All right. So now here, the thing here says calculate the reading on the emitter, the total current. We need to at least have the total resistance because we do have the total voltage here. What is the total voltage here? It is 12 volts. That's the total voltage. This is the total voltage. I'll write VT, V total. Why am I saying it's the voltage, total voltage? Because it's the one that is measured across the battery. This is measured across the ends of the battery. So this is basically the total that the battery has to offer to these charges so that they can move. So that's more like an EMF of the battery. You can say it's an EMF, but let's use the word total voltage. So now here, for us to calculate the total resistance, how many resistors do we have and how are they connected so that you can be able to add them? You've got, this is a 6 ohms resistor. This is definitely there. And then you've got another 6 ohms resistor. There are only 2 resistors here. Remember, since here we are ignoring this one. For what reason am I ignoring this other 6 ohms resistor? Because the switch S is open. All right. So we're only having 2 resistors here. And we can say that these are connected in series to one another because all of them are receiving the same current. They are connected in series, guys. This one doesn't exist. Pretend that's because the switch is open. The switch is open means that the current that engene 6 ohms, the same current that is entered 6 ohms, it will be the current that will move, that will flow njalo and goes into the other 6 ohms resistor. So we can just say these two, they are in series to one another. All right. So we can say that the total resistance there will be equals to what? It will be equals to this 6 ohms plus the other 6 ohms. That will give you 12 ohms. You state the unit ohms. It is not dogs, it's ohms. We don't measure izinjalana, we measure current. We measure resistance, we measure voltage, we measure resistance in ohms. So this is 12 ohms. So we are having 6 plus 6, which is 12 ohms here. Cool. Now we have the total voltage. It is equals to 12 volts. It is the one across the battery. Then Tina, we're looking for the total current, which is just the reading on emitter A. That's the total current. So we can now say that a V is equals to IR. In this case, the total voltage is equals to the total current times the total resistance. So now my total voltage there, it is 12 volts. The total current is what I'm looking for, which is the reading on emitter A. And then the total resistance is 12 ohms. This is 12 because I've added 6 and 6. That's the total of the circuit. So this is going to be divided by 12 on both sides and divided by 12 on the other side. So the reading on emitter is equals to 1 ampere, which is the total current of the circuit. So that's how you get the 4 marks. You just get a 1 mark for doing this total resistance. Then you get 3 marks for finding this. And then now 6.2. 6.2 says calculate the reading on the voltmeter V2. So calculate the reading on the voltmeter V2. So voltmeter V2, remember a voltmeter measures voltage, or it measures the potential difference across a resistor or a component. So in this case, this is V2 that we are talking about. It is measuring the potential difference across the 6 ohms resistor because you can see that it is connected lana with 6 ohms. So it cannot be measuring any other thing else, guys. All right. So basically here, this V2 is measuring the voltage of 6 ohms. So if they are saying calculate the reading on voltmeter V2, they are trying to actually say, they're trying to say that calculate the voltage of the 6 ohms resistor, because that is what is being measured, or that is what is being written in the balwa that is being read by voltmeter V2. So basically this V2 here, it is measuring the voltage through the 6 ohms resistor. That's what we're actually trying to look for in these 3 marks. We definitely know that the resistance here is 6 ohms. So if we collect our information for this 6 ohms resistor, we know that its resistance is 6 ohms. And we do know the current going through it. It is the same thing as the total current, because this is the current coming from the battery exactly as it is. It goes straight into the 6 ohms resistor. Exactly as it is. It hasn't been splitted. Guys, please watch my videos on series versus parallel circuits. Understand the difference when you say that we've got total current. When you say that current is being splitted, understand it. Watch and learn to understand. Here, the resistance is 6 ohms, grade 10s, 11s, and 12. So R is 6 ohms here. And what else do we need? We know that the current here is the same thing as the total current is 1 ampere. We are looking for voltage, which is the reading on V2. So we're looking for voltage. So having this in mind, we can say that V is equals to IR. Now the V is what we are looking for. I is equals to I is equals to 1. I is equals to 1. and R is equals to 6. So voltage there, or the potential difference, is going to be 6 times 1. That will be 6 volts. That's all. 3 marks. So that's what you get the 3 marks for. It is just the formula substitution and answer. And then now here's a thing. Here's a thing now that you need to be careful of. Switch S is now closed. How? Let's wrap what we have messed up here. Now we say that switch S is now closed. Be careful now. We are closing the switch. So when we are closing the switch, it means that we are now considering this other 6 ohms resistor again, because we are now doing what? We are now closing the switch. So when I'm closing the switch here, it simply means here that here it's just a straight path because the switch is now closed. The moment I close the switch, the current will be able to go to the 6 ohms resistor because now the current is able to move. The current can only flow when the switch is closed. When the switch is open, the current cannot flow through the air. Guys, don't try to even mess this up. Okay, so basically here, the current can now flow to this other 6 ohms resistor. So now we have a parallel combination. Remember, at first resistor is series length, but now it's now a parallel again. Why is that? We have closed the switch. So closing this switch and allowing this to be a parallel again, this total current, which is a 1 ampere, it will be splitted. Some of it will go to the 6 ohms longer pezul, this one. Some of it will go to the 6 ohms resistor. Some of it will go to the 6 ohms resistor, and the other one will go to the other 6 ohms resistor, the one that is here, the one that we just closed its switch in German, and it will recombine again, and it will form the total current again, go back to the battery. So now we have got something parallel to deal with. So now 6.3 says calculate the resistance of the 2 resistors in parallel. Now you can see it makes sense. We are looking for the resistance of resistors in parallel. Once the resistors are connected in parallel, you are not just allowed to add their resistance range. What we did here at 6.1, 6 plus 6. Why did we add 6 plus 6 at that point? It is because these 6 ohms we pretended that are equal since the switch was open. So these two were in series to one another. That's why you were allowed to do what? To add their resistances. But now we have closed the switch. You see this one is back again. Now we have a parallel combination. So basically this is a parallel part. Now we have a new parallel part. This is the parallel part of the circuit. Now a parallel part of the circuit. It forms a box. So we are looking for the resistance of resistors that are in parallel. And in this case, it's 6 ohms and 6 ohms. Don't write 6 plus 6 is equals to 12 because these are in parallel. You don't add their resistances. Alright? When they're in parallel, how do you combine their resistances? There is a formula, a proper one. What does it say? It's 1 over R parallel is equals to 1 over R1 plus 1 over R2. Here there are only 2, so I'm just going to write plus 1 over R2. Here we go. And to find the parallel resistance there, I'll just substitute into this formula. So 6.3, the first thing that you write is the formula, this one, and now this will be 1 over. What is R parallel? Something that we don't know and we're looking for it. 1 over R parallel is equals to 1 over. What is R1? R1 is the first resistor here, which is 6 ohms, and it is connected in parallel to this other 6 ohms. So this is plus 1 over 6 again. 1 over 6 plus 1 over 6, since the denominators are the same, so we can say 1 over R parallel here will be equals to 2 over 6. Alright, that's 2 over 6. And then from this 2 over 6, remember we're looking for what? For R parallel. We are not looking for 1 over R parallel. So we're just going to vice versa these two. Meaning that I'm going to take R parallel, put it up, 1 down, and then do the same thing on the other side. Take 6, put it in the numerator, 2, put it in the denominator. But in actual fact, you're cross multiplying. But to keep things simple, that's what I'm gonna do. So therefore, the R parallel there will be equals to 6 over 2. And 6 over 2, 6 divided by 2, will give me an R parallel which is equals to 3. Dogs, no, you state the unit. This is 3 ohms. So the parallel resistors, they're having a net resistance of 3 ohms. Now, how did the reading on the emitter change when switch was closed? Write down increase, decrease, or remains the same. How did this reading The reading on the emitter, remember, it is measuring the total current of the circuit. So how did the total current of the circuit change the moment the switch was closed? When I closed the switch, what did I actually do? Grade 10s, I've added this resistor. I'm closing the switch, it means I'm now considering this resistor. It's like I'm adding a resistor in parallel. Please watch my video, guys, where I explain the Ohm's law and what happens when you add resistors. Basically, when I'm closing the switch, because at first the switch was open, the switch was done what? It was open, Ganjen. It was open. So I was not considering this thing. It wasn't existing at all, this other 6 ohms resistor. But the moment I chose to close the resistor, the switch, the moment I chose to close this switch, Ganjen, what did it mean? I am now considering this resistor. I am now adding this resistor. And how am I adding it? I'm adding it such that it is parallel to this other one resistor. So they are now parallel. So I'm adding a resistor in parallel. What happens when you add resistors in parallel? The resistance will decrease. Guys, don't confuse this, please. When you add a resistor in series, the resistance increases. But when you add a resistor in parallel, the resistance decreases. So here, by closing the switch S, I've added this other 6 ohms resistor. How did I add it? I've added it such that it is parallel to this other 6 ohms in nylon. So basically here, by adding this 6 ohms resistor in parallel, I am decreasing the total resistance of the circuit. And when I'm decreasing the total resistance of the circuit, what happens to the total current? The total current has to increase. So the answer there is increase. Why is that? Because current and resistance, they are inversely proportional. Remember, current is inversely proportional to resistance. So the moment when I close the switch, I've increased the resistance. I've decreased the resistance. So resistance has dropped. So it means current will do what? It will rise up or it will increase because they're inversely proportional. If they had said give a reason for your answer, that's what you have done. Guys, everything that I've applied in this question for us to answer it, I've explained it on my videos. Make sure that you check them out. And thank you, ladies and gentlemen, so much for watching this video. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Tell your friends to also stay tuned.